First up, we will be inviting Bara Bashir, winner of the 23 Nussar Ahmad All-Star Scholarship. Bara is a faaris from Libya, a ravaged country in the desert climate of northern Africa. A faaris is an Arabic term used to describe a horseman, but to a Libyan it means much more than that. It is to be a leader whose heart is compelled to support others, and one who remains steadfast in the face of trial and tribulation. Bara completed his first year at the University of Manitoba and has his sights set on continuing his education in the fall. He intends to complete a degree majoring in human genetics in the hopes of pursuing medicine thereafter. It would be difficult to describe himself without first acknowledging his faith. He is a Muslim. Islam has fostered his love of service and stoked the flames of his ambition. Also, that he may be one day inherit a tongue and voice capable of singing the song of triumph. Bara will be speaking to resilience and success and will also be sharing a poem that he wrote for this event. Bara, please open your mic. The stage is yours. Let us know when you need us to share your poem on the screen.
Good. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. My name is Bara Bashir. Milad Ali Bashir al-Fayturi Sgu'i al-Muhtaram. I am a second-year student at the University of Manitoba, and as implied by my introduction, I am a faaris indeed from Libya. I'm present today as a recipient of the Nussar Ahmad All-Star Scholarship, and I'd like to extend a warm thank you to all of the sponsors, not just for my own, but for all the scholarships that are presented today, and for making the proceedings and the gathering for today of leaders for tomorrow possible. It is a wonderful honor and a privilege to offer a message of resilience to you on behalf of the honored scholars of the MAX organization present today. And if I could see the poem that I've written. So this is a poem that I have written during one of my trips back home to my most dear country. So I've designed this for myself. The two there is meant to represent that. It's the second poem that I had written on my trip. So I'll just briefly read through it and kind of give you the brief message behind it as well. So it is called Welcome to the Shade. The lone date palm stands on guard, slumped forward, surveying within its kingly sight. It bears fruits on that lonely mountain, sustained by the rain of tears. When fruit grows ripe and tumbles down narrow cliffs, there are always those below to receive its bounties. The lone date palm stands on guard, bearing the insults of the sun. Its leaves burn and crumble to dust. And yet, against the scourges of drought and violence, the lone palm tree suffers in silence. It receives wounds and scars on its noble back with a soft smile that would never crack, all in the name of sacrifice. Every beneficiary of that tree's shadow feels its loving embrace no matter how far they travel. So long as that date palm stands so proud, it will remember, love, give, and pray, waiting for the passing of a great invasion. So if I could sum up this poem, I could ramble on for days as to its meaning, but it boils down to this idea of resilience. And I think that a quote from the Quran, al-Mahfuz, that reflects kind of the spirit of this poem, that I think to the best of its abilities, is have this quote, لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها, from Surah Al-Baqarah, which means that Allah does not burden a soul beyond that which it can bear. And so the message behind this is that of sacrifice, it's that of resilience, and it's that of taking the initiative to support not just one's own endeavors in their life, but the endeavors of others as well. I'll proceed forward with a speech that I've also prepared alongside my poem. Very recently, we've seen in the world calamities have struck the countenance of the earth. Our brothers and sisters from Morocco, from my own country, from Libya and the eastern part of Durham, and many other countries around the world are feeling the brunt of climate destruction during recent times. From earthquakes to floods to all kinds of economic and social strains and struggles that will most likely follow thereafter. The world, and interestingly enough, Muslim majority countries in particular, are in pain. The appropriate response to pain is not ignorance, or worse, exacerbation of that pain, though one can see that both of those things can be one and the same, but rather an answer, a treatment, a solution, an action forged under a covenant of effort and fatigue. All of us here today are community leaders. people from diverse backgrounds who share a care for our communities, who are taking the initiative upon themselves, and who have captured this vision. And part of the benefit, I would say, and that I genuinely believe, of joining the MAX organization through the acquisition of scholarships or otherwise, is the unifying of leaders, like-minded leaders across Canada. I believe the role that the MAX organization takes in the lives of students and community leaders is one of baraka, or blessing in Arabic, as it not only encourages and supports the academic ventures of its subjects, but also offers them an opportunity to contribute to not only their own futures, but to the collective future of the ummah at large, if only by a small margin. Wallahu a'lamu bima taf'alun. This is a quotation from the Quran, and indeed Allah is fully aware and is fully cognizant of what you do. And so again, I'd like to emphasize that even if our contributions as a collective are that of a small margin in the grand scheme of things and of creation in general, your account will be held to stand the test of time and bear witness to your intentions before the majesty of Allah, either in this world or the next. As far as my own personal ambitions go, I aspire to be a medical doctor. But let me be very clear about something. That aspiration does not mean languishing in the limbo of dreams. A lot of us wish, but we're not willing to work. And I try to humble myself to the constant pursuit of being in the working camp, not in the wishing camp. And I'm sure everyone else at this reception here today and everyone listening feels and does the exact same. Everyone has a right to champion their goal with a blazing passion, and I will do just that for my own sake. But I truly believe that such an ambition is meaningless if we forget our brothers and sisters in humanity in that pursuit. So that is what I believe it means to be a Muslim, an individual who, of course, submits themselves to the will of God, which unequivocally includes being righteous to our fellow brothers and sisters in humanity, no matter who they are or where they come from. جزاكم الله ألف خير والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله.